You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, bringing the tailgate to your ear hole. Leave your feelings at the dock, because this is the realest podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in to leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode's brought to you by One Nation Fanwear. Check them out at onenationfanwear.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm Kenny Stapler. Bobby, Che, what's cracking?
Oh, you already know what it is. It's Chelas time. Chelas. Yeah, give him that fresh crack. I already cracked. I pre-cracked mine.
I thought that was the sound effect that sounded so good.
I pre-cracked mine and I was like, what am I doing? I got to save the crack for the show. But I was like, luckily Bobby has his own.
I saw you doing that, man. I almost followed suit because,
Because we're thirsty.
Usually you're smoking crack in the backyard before the show. But save it for the show. It's Monday night.
Hey.
It's all right.
Yeah, man. So today... and this little bad boy's been sitting. We had a little sixer that's just been sitting around, waiting for us to get to it. And it's this Founder's Unraveled IPA. It's a juicy India Pale Ale. And it is, it's coming in at 6.6 on the ABV.
Chill. Just chill.
50 IBUs, real mild. I would call it mild. Let's see what it tastes like.
it tastes like glory.
Salud.
Salud.
Well, something to wash down the Percocets, a little mild. Thanks for joining us on a Monday, guys.
Oh yeah, man.
For being room temperature, it's not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah, we're drinking these al tiempo, like they like to say in Mexico. And I'm not a fan of drinking sodas that way, but you know what? When you got no other choice and you forgot to throw something in the fridge, is what you do. And I'm going to enjoy this.
Gotta let me know next time. I'll put them in there.
No, hey, man, I wasn't, wasn't even thinking about it, bro. It's not your fault. It's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's my fault. But yeah, man, hey, this is nice, man. It's it's a lighter IPA. It's not going to blow you out of the water.
Citrusy, is it hoppy?
Citrusy, it's got some hops. It's got some good hop flavor. I want to say it's a good balanced IPA. Solid.
It's like a
drinker, like
refreshing.
Yeah, refreshing, crisp.
Would this be what they call like a session IPA?
I would call it. For me, I think it would be.
Yeah,
6.6 might get some. Might get some people.
Yeah,
and maybe the bitters on this might be a little too high for the casual drinker.
This ain't your banquet beer, man.
You've been warned. Real quick, get some business out of the way here.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to John Shreve with $20 in the chat.
Salud.
He said,
Salud, brother.
Loved last week's comments about McAfee versus Cody. Don't care for either, but it's a weak attempt at journalism dominating a joke amount of homerism. Hot take. Drake leads the team in scrimmage yards. Edwards leads the team in touchdowns.
Hey,
that is a hot take.
That is that's a
hit
hot
him with
take.
that. Hit him with that fireball, man. All right, John. Coming off the bench early, getting in there, throwing some elbows. Like the energy.
Getting dirty, man. Sometimes you need that spark plug.
Yeah,
that's John. That's John.
That is John.
That's John
for sure. Remind all of you guys to follow us on social media at Pillaging Pod. Of course, you can follow me at Kenny Stapler. Probably won't follow you back. Probably won't tweet anything. But definitely follow at Pillaging Pod. Of course, at Che_PJ4F, at Bobby Wasabi 4080, and at Cain MT6. These two folks are active on social media. And you can follow the whole Crow's Nest clan at CNPodNet.
Yeah.
That's mainly on Twitter, but at Pillaging Pod across all socials. Also, you could donate via the YouTube chat. Push that little cash icon right there. And a matter of fact, if you ain't got no money, just hit that like button.
That's it, man.
That's all we need.
It's real simple.
At paypal.me/PJ4F if you just want to donate offline. At paypal.me/PJ4F. Every dollar goes right back in the podcast. We appreciate that. We're saving up for some big things. Studio renovation coming soon. Yes, it's looking good. We're already stockpiling some hardware. It's sitting right over there next to Che in the boxes. Still.
Oh yeah,
it's going to happen.
The
guys.
expansion is coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
We're not lying. Of course, you could also support us by supporting our sponsors. Official sponsor of the
right.
Pillaging Podcast is One Nation Fanwear. OneNationFanwear.com for all your Raider fan gear, custom T-shirts, all that. DC4LCustomTees.com. That's your stop. In the description of this podcast, you will also find a link to our Pillaging Podcast page over there at DC4L Custom Tees. We've got the original graphics over there on DC4L.
Oh,
And that's it for this week's shows, guys. That must have been left over from last week.
I guess so, man.
Yeah, remind me to get that out of there. Can I do that now? I can do that
Yeah,
now.
you don't want
Get
those
that
leftovers in there.
Hey,
Bro.
the joke's still funny 1 week later. Okay. If you notice, the glasses the boys are drinking out of are engraved
Oh,
with the
yeah.
Pillaging Podcast logo. Your man Bathkey has it on deck, so if you want one, you can order one from him. Bathkeyengraving.etsy.com. That's bathkeyengraving.etsy.com. Or you can hit him up on the email bathkeyengraving@gmail.com. Of course, you can get anything you want engraved on a glass or any other glassware of your choice. Mother's Day is right around the corner. Lots of great options.
That's right. Get those pint glasses for your moms, man.
Yeah.
Hey, my mom likes a good chela, bro.
Hey, you know what though? I got my pint glass. I brought my pint glass home, and you know what? That thing gets used up by everybody else except me. I don't get to. I don't ever get to use it, man. A good pint glass is it's hard to find, man. And when it's like the perfect drinking vessel, bro. It is.
It is good.
Like when you see one of those, you're gonna choose that over any other cup in the cupboard, bro.
And it looks fresh.
That's why
and
I have
it's dope.
6 dirty pint glasses every time you guys leave my house. But I agree. I mean, it's got a nice weight in the hand. You can see your drink. It's good.
Yeah, man.
It's good. If you like food, specifically if you like Mexican food, and more specifically if you don't live in California, you can visit salsmexicanrestaurants.com. They will ship ready-to-eat meals to you. All you have to do is heat them up. And, of course, you can get that West Coast salsa delivered right to your doorstep. Yeah. Main location is in Selma. That's where they ship from, 2163 Park Street, Selma, California.
Yeah.
You can call them up at 559-896-SALS. Ask for who's in charge. Don't ask like that. Ask nicely. And
Who's in charge?
they will put you in touch with a manager to get your shipment set up and ready to go. Tonight's show, we got some Raiders news from the week. We got our quick hits. We got Cain's Corner, hopefully. But also reminded you guys last week. I'm going to remind you guys again this week. We will be taking time off this offseason from Pillaging Podcast. We're going to get you about one a month. After the draft, we're going to be going to like one a month, but we're going to be doing the Crow's Nest hopefully weekly. That'll be airing live on Tuesday nights, and it'll be on your podcast feeds hopefully by Wednesday mornings. That'll be everything that you've come to know and love about the Crow's Nest, plus additional sports content. We're going to be covering a new sport, hopefully. So get ready for that transition. And of course, as we get closer to football season, back to the every week format that you guys know and love. So if you enjoy our banter, the three of us, hey, it'll be there. It just won't always be all Raiders, but we're all Raider all the time anyways. So
Yeah,
you don't need to sweat that. Don't sweat the technique. Shout out.
Todd.
Shout out to Ty the Raider, 199 in the chat. All love and respect. We appreciate it, Ty. We appreciate that. Salud. Juice says, Kenny showing great discipline but not drinking. Yes, Juice, I am now under 205 on my way to 200. I lost a few more pounds this week. Well, over the last couple of weeks, been hitting it hard with the diet and now exercise. Yeah, it feels good. Pants are fitting different.
That's right.
Feels good.
Kenny's trying to crack a walnut with his cheeks. Just get that squeeze in.
Yeah.
Get the squeeze.
If you're having a hard time finding the motivation to lose weight, your dick looks bigger after like 25 pounds lost. I don't need help in that department, but it's a wow factor. I would say that. It's a wow factor.
That's when you needed that wowie wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh man, that would have been perfect. Right
It's
there.
very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about Kolton Miller's extension, Gabe's new deal with the Seahawks. He had some comments.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Nevin Lawson suspension. Really quick before we get into it, shout out to the Irons family. Our hearts go out to you.
Yeah.
With passing Raider great. His son Grant also played for the team as well. Sorry to hear about your loss. Once a Raider, always a Raider. Shining, looking down from above on that silver and black nation, that sea of silver. We support you, brother. See you in the great beyond.
Yeah, man.
And we'll also be talking about some team needs and what cuts might still remain for the silver and black. So that's going to be the show tonight. We're going to get in. We're going to get out. It's going to be a fun show. We're glad that you guys can join us. And in the second half of the show, I promise this week, open phone lines. So let's get into it, guys. Shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm looking over here like forgetting what to do. Oh, yeah. Quick hits. The Seattle Seahawks gave veteran guard Gabe Jackson a new 3-year, $22.575 million contract.
Yeah.
Good for you, Gabe, because you probably weren't going to get that extension over here.
Nope.
Which is why you were cut. So I'm glad to see you getting paid, brother. I'm glad
Traded,
to see you getting
right?
paid. Traded.
Traded.
Yeah, traded. My bad. Same difference. You're off the squad, bro. We didn't get anything in return. Will we get like a 7th rounder or some shit
I
like
think
that?
so, man.
Yeah. So you were,
unfortunately.
you were cut.
But hey, look at it this way though, because like you said, it could have been worse. He could have just been cut. We could have got nothing.
Yeah.
So you get something in return. I mean, that's I guess a dim light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something. Not really. And if you think about it, who knows? We might even get like a provisional pick next year or something.
Maybe.
So,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. We just need some linemen.
Keep moving.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Quick hits. Nevin Lawson suspended 2 games to start the 2021 season. As you guys know, Nevin was suspended last year for using his helmet as a weapon against a Bronco. We like that. We like that.
I
energy.
like that energy.
We don't like the use of performance-enhancing drugs. I don't think it's been released what he was using.
No.
Probably one too many blue chews on the weekend.
Actually, I think they said performance-enhancing substance.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think he was probably rubbing cheetah urine on his feet or something. Well, he's trying to get faster, you know?
That damn cheetah urine, yeah.
I heard it's either cheetah urine or blood, but I'm pretty sure, knowing him, it's probably urine.
And where can you purchase this cheetah urine?
You gotta
web, bro.
You gotta squeeze it out of the cheetah, man. So
First, you got to catch the cheetah.
yeah.
You got to get it free,
And
fresh, bro.
that's practice for the speed, right? And
That's
then
right.
and then you got to squeeze it out of there.
So Nevin had to be doing something right to get his hands on that cheetah urine. Also keeps the bears away, from what I understand. You maybe should have sprayed some of that on Khalil Mack.
Shit.
Hey, oh.
It's coming. Game 17, right? Game 17. It's
That's
coming.
right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I sure hope we have that right side figured out before that game.
Is that are we playing the Bears?
Week 17
No, yeah,
is the Bears.
It's
Yeah,
17.
How do I not know that? They've released a schedule already?
that they've already determined that it's.
They voted on it and all that, and
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, that's what people were confirming. Yeah,
So we don't have full schedule, but we know week 17.
17, I
That's
guess,
what you-
is the Bears. It's
That's good. They're usually out of the mix by then. Down. Hey, handle.
yeah. We're still angry over here. Okay, we're still angry. Okay.
I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not
yeah,
mad.
we are. We're fucking angry about the past fucking 20-something years of our lives.
Hey, Khalil Mack, we had you last year. Where were you?
Yeah, man.
That's right.
I'm not sweating it, bro.
Yeah.
And I think
It's
it
true.
was an international game too, wasn't it?
Well,
So-
I mean, Khalil's we played Khalil 2 times now,
Yeah.
and nah, there hasn't been anything, right? So
In fact, I heard if you pancake them, a couple more first round draft picks fall out, like Sonic rings.
ding.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, we need Dr. Robotnik to get them fucking rings out of him.
I thought Andy Reid always looked like Dr. Robotnik. Dude. Seriously.
Put a fucking handlebar mustache on that dude.
Hey, shout out to the chat right now. It's a little slow, but it's spicy.
Hey, keep it lively.
Shout out to Labios de Pato. Duck lips in the chat.
Duck lips.
Yeah. When I saw Labios, my mind went somewhere else. But, he says, "Go Raiders." Yeah.
Sometimes things don't get lost in translation.
Labios, let me know. Are you new here? Because the first time I seen your name in the chat, and I like it. Gucci Collins says, better cheetah urine than frostbit feet. Ayo.
Hey.
Yep.
I like that name too.
Those are facts.
Gucci Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Gucci Collins.
That's a crazy name.
Y'all watch the new Godzilla versus Kong? No. That's
Not yet.
Week 17.
Not yet.
It's the Clash of the Titans.
Facts.
Clash of the Titans.
That's right.
Quick hits.
Hey.
Kolton Miller was one of the first members of the 2018 draft class to receive a contract extension. They didn't have to, but they did. They said, you know what, kid? We've already lost 3. We don't want to lose another one.
Yep.
So they gave him that money. Kolton Miller, a little bit of breathing room on the back end, helps us maybe down the road with the salary cap. What did you guys think about this? Was it too soon for Kolton Miller?
No.
You know, especially coming off like a rough season.
I say this, man. I think we've seen improvement in Kolton every single year, right? Mm-hmm. And he's still young. He still has a lot more to grow, a lot more to improve. Mm-hmm. And I think he's already showcasing himself as a leader. He doesn't say a lot, right? You don't ever hear him saying anything negative. And I think he just goes out there. He does his fucking job.
Yeah,
he does his fucking job, and you could tell when he's not satisfied with his job, right? When he hasn't played well on the field, he's not out there, celebrating. You don't see any of the showboating or the like, I got this bag type of bullshit that other players might do. He's all about the work, and we've met his father. We're lucky enough to speak with his dad, and we see where it comes from, man. It's just all, it's a guy that's grateful to be in the NFL. He's grateful to have a job, a starting position, and he's working really hard to keep it. So, yeah, man, give that dude that money. Let him stay on this team. Let him continue to develop into the leader that we're starting to see he's becoming. And I like what he's saying. I like that he's all about that. All about just improving and trying to make this team the best that it can be. And nothing bad to say about the guy.
And speaking of leadership as well, I mean, it's kind of funny, but how many of us would have thought of Richie Incognito as some sort of leader as well?
Right.
He definitely changed everybody's mind as far as who he actually was. Because I, myself included, did not want him on our team.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be a cancer in that locker room, and you did not hear anything from him at all. You saw little scrimmages here or there in preseason games, in practice games, against other teams, but you never saw him freaking out. And that's one of the things as well, is that he is on that same side with Richie Incognito. He is learning a lot as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And dude, I mean, you're learning from a cat that basically was on his last thread of life, man. If the Raiders wouldn't have given him a shot, I don't know who else would have given him a shot, honestly.
Well, that's just it, right? The Raiders are just crazy enough to do it, right? I think that was everybody's consensus. Like, what? You're gonna bring this guy back? Like, this guy's been, a screw loose, right? Like, that's the general consensus on Richie, was that he was too off the deep end to touch at this point, right? And the Raiders took that chance, and there was a lot of people saying maybe similar things even within our fan base, like, what? Why are we giving this guy money? Why would we bring him? He's gonna ruin things. And he kind of just came in, behaved himself, and just fit into the group and just performed, right? Obviously last season, injured all season, we didn't get to see that from Richie. But you know what I love the most about Richie is that he's fucking happy about being a Raider.
He's very happy about it.
Okay,
proud.
That is the most important part. If you're going to be on this team, you should be fucking happy to be a Raider.
Yep.
That, to me, that's superior to pretty much everything else. If you're fucking dope, if you're a great football player, but you're unhappy being a Raider, we've already seen what that looks like. We've already seen what good football players or great football players not happy being Raiders looks like on our team.
Yeah.
Randy Moss.
Oh, man.
Okay. We already seen it.
Antonio Brown.
Okay. Antonio Brown.
Trent Brown.
Richard Seymour. Can we throw Richard Seymour in there?
Brown.
Okay.
Tim Brown.
Tim Brown was happy to be a Raider, bro.
Tim Brown tried to defect to the Broncos.
He did.
Tim Brown was a Buccaneer. Tim Brown at one point was not happy being a Raider.
He was not happy being a Raider when he tried to defect to the Broncos. I don't think we could put that on him.
Around, bro.
I don't think we could put that on him.
I'm trying to piss off the listeners right now.
I don't think you could put the TB thing on him, bro. They come on.
No,
the Raiders are like, yo,
I'm playing.
That juke move, it's not working anymore to me.
I'm playing, bro.
Juke move. My Theo has that same juke move.
Jerry Rice was a Seahawk. He was very unhappy being a 49er and a Raider, obviously. Just kidding. Shots
fired.
Lost his mind.
They're
right
like,
now.
Kenny Stapler, goddamn.
What I like about Kolton Miller is the dude just keeps grinding. He just keeps getting back up and getting after it.
That's it, man.
Plays through injury.
No complaints, bro.
You know, I'm going to start calling him Chumbawamba. Why? Because he gets knocked down. He gets back up again. Nothing's ever going to bring him down.
That sounds about right, actually.
Chumbawamba, dude. Let's go.
Right. Get your drinks on.
I get knocked down.
Hey. And I can see Dan singing that song.
Hey, I mean, if Dan hangs out at the tailgate a little longer, he might actually. But I think he's on a time limit. I think they're like, hey, you can't hang around the pillaging crew for too long.
I think
you gotta go.
I think they're trying to establish handlers for him, just like a celebrity. Like, you want just keep it moving from the pillaging. And it's like, no, he is like, I got to talk to my boys,
and it's all love. Dan is a great man. We've had great conversations with him, and we always appreciate him stopping by the tailgate. Mm-hmm. We hope to see him in Vegas. I really do, because he's a great dude, man. But
yeah, that's what I love about Kolton Miller. There's no quit in that guy at all.
Yep.
And I think you're going to see him grow into a very, very savvy, very strong veteran and a great leader on this team. I hope he stays a Raider for a long time and is able to coach up the next kid that comes behind him. I'd love to see that. You know,
that's it.
And he's got the disposition to do it. So congratulations, Kolton, man. Early extension, but you deserve it, man.
Absolutely, man.
Raiders invested in you. And that's great. That's great to see. The chat right now is talking about Godzilla and Raider Rue's son's sweatpants. It's a very interesting conversation. I'm just keeping an eyeball on it, make sure it doesn't go out of hand.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
It sounds like our chat. Honestly, though,
That sounds pretty wild.
sounds like it's right on par.
Here's a hot take. I don't understand the fandom. Because every Godzilla or King Kong movie I've ever watched was complete and utter trash, hard garbage. Those movies are terrible, man. And every time one comes out, you guys complain about how disappointing it was. What's the one you're pointing to? Like, what's the one that sets the bar? Was it Godzilla versus Mothra? Because that was garbage too. Like, they're all garbage. You can't be like, oh, this one sucked. Like, that's the point, right? They're all terrible movies featuring giant monsters. That
I honestly think it's because Sharknado really set the bar, so now people don't know where the hell to go.
Sharknado was so bad it was actually good, though.
That's why I'm saying, dude. Like, they don't even know whether it's supposed to be bad or good or what the hell, dude. That's why people freak out.
Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. Yo, but on the real though, what Kenny's saying is kind of facts, man. I mean, any movie that we really want to go to the beginning of Godzilla and King Kong with these fucking zippers physically visible in the movie. And this dude in a really bad fucking monster suit knocking down clearly cardboard made buildings. There's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot there to like.
I get liking the movie. I don't understand comparing the new ones to the old ones and saying the new ones are garbage because they've never been like premier cinema.
No, you're right.
I can respect your fandom. Right. I don't understand your criticism. That's kind of where I'm coming from.
It's because people want to go to that old school suits again, like Chair was just talking about, man.
This one sucked. I couldn't even see the cables. Like,
special effects in this movie, really, fuck it. They were horrible.
No,
acting,
I'm telling you. See, it's because they needed somebody in a suit the same way that the Goonies had a special guest on their movie.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? You had the twos.
Yeah.
So maybe if they would have had PJ Lonjas in that
who's PJ Lonjas gonna be, bro?
In that Godzilla suit.
Is he gonna be Godzilla?
Well,
he's got the rump. He's got the rump for the Godzilla suit, right?
You guys want to see a great Godzilla movie? Come watch.
He's all bottom half, bro.
Come watch Chase stumble back to the parking lot after.
Hey, yeah. That's more Tyrannosaurus Rex, bro.
Just knocking tables over and shit, bro.
Pushing fans out of the way,
and he goes. Fire shoots out of his mouth after he takes a shot of vodka.
A shot of Fireball.
No more vodka, bro. I still have. I'm still scarred from when that dude just gave me the bottle, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me, man.
Bro.
Because you know I come from a Mexican household, from Mexican family. We don't refuse. When you offer something to us, we don't refuse it, man. That's
Facts.
Disrespectful.
Facts.
It's disrespectful. You come to me with a quarter of a fucking vodka bottle left, and you say, "Hey, that's you." Then I'm gonna have a hard time refusing it.
You come to me with a half or a quarter, I'll roll that, dude.
I think the only giant monster movie I've ever thoroughly enjoyed was Cloverfield, and now the chat's going to tell me why Cloverfield was a garbage movie and
Probably.
Godzilla ripoff.
It's because it was
It's all about Godzilla, Kenny. Fuck Cloverfield.
I guess.
It was all a
What's his
dream.
name? What's the name? The monster's name in Cloverfield?
I don't think it has one.
Alex Jones.
I'm here to destroy your city. Watch out.
Here to kill you with my water filters.
I'm coming through. I'm breathing fire. I'm taking these supplements. Infowars.com.
Oh man.
Anyways,
Someone get on that. Make that gif.
I'm just stalling to see if Cain would get back to me, but he's not, so we're going to keep it moving. Do we need a break right now?
Yeah, let's take a break.
All right, let's take a short break. We'll come back. Team needs, cuts, second segment right around the corner. That's right, y'all.
Yeah.
See you momentarily.
Just win, baby. You the real MVP.
Sound roll 66.
And we're back. Yeah. Longer break. I don't know what was going on. I really don't know what was going on.
You know what was going on? We're trying to get these chelas.
Oh, okay.
Part D.
Were those in the freezer?
Yes, they were. These are nice and chilled. So now we say we save the best for a second this time around because like I said, we
best for last.
you win it, save the Who's that? Denise? Is it Denise Williams?
I don't remember.
Who is it, man?
I don't know.
Oh man,
This is Michele. We just got a hold of Cain, so I'm going to be calling him right now. These guys are going to crack these beers,
yeah.
and then we'll get on the horn.
Oh yeah, this one's good. Look at that. It's nice and I'm gonna get real close to the camera so see if it picks it up.
I think it's unfiltered, bro.
There it is. You see?
Damn, bro.
Getting it all up in there.
Looks like
Come on, keep trying to.
Looks like apple cider.
Yeah. We drinking that inside job from that Hen House Brewing Co.
Say less. It's already going to be fire. I know.
And this is an India Pale Ale brewed with Simcoe and El Dorado hops. And this bad boy's coming in at 7.1. So we're not going too far off from the first one. But it's definitely going to have a little bit more potency. But you already know with the Hen House, you're going to get flavor, man. Hen House packs the flavor into their brews. They have not let me down. And, yeah. Cheers.
Salud.
Salud, my brother.
Salud, Raidernation.
Salud, Raider Nation.
Oh, man. That thing is rich, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Where the previous one that we had, the Unraveled IPA, that one was more refreshing. This inside job is just, it's all the way around, bro.
It's just the full-bodied beer that you look for, man. Henhouse nails it every time. Unfiltered, you can, we're trying to show you how cloudy this brew is. It's cloudy, man, and it just looks like a big cup of OJ, But it's got some nice citrusy flavors, some mild sweetness, right? Mild sweetness, not too much.
Not too much, because definitely I think it has some Simcoe, some of the Simcoe hops in there, which definitely, brings a little bit of the bitter taste in there, but it's not overpowering as well, like where some IPAs, you feel too much of the hops, man. No,
this is in regards to the IBUs, the hops in this beer, really mild. It's just really flavorful, man. And yeah, I like I said, Henhouse just doesn't do us wrong, man. They always come through in the clutch, So shout out to Henhouse. We have a sponsorship opening.
Come through with that clutch sponsorship.
Because we'll keep on doing this for you guys if you do.
The slot is still open.
We'll keep on pushing Raider Nation to you guys. All right.
Let's do a little call to Cainer here to see if this works.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that's going to work right now. Hold on.
It's that Google, man.
Well, yeah, Google's they're shut down Hangouts, so we're gonna try it with Google Voice, which is the new.
Oh,
sounds like it's working.
The new nude.
Hold on. My bad. This dude changes numbers like I used to change girlfriends. Hold on.
Used to.
Not anymore. Nah.
Past tense.
Not never that. Not anymore. I'm good. I'm cool.
Hello.
Raider Cain, welcome back to the show, brother. How you doing?
What's up, brothers? It's all good. Good to be back.
We missed it, bro.
You motherfuckers. What's up?
I was gonna say, but you need to park up. But there it is.
Dude, I was like, what's up with Cain, dude? I was like, did he find my private select stash?
He was just warming up.
What's happening? It's good to be back, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What's going on in the mind of Cain, man? We're talking about team needs. We're talking about remaining cuts. What does this team need to get back on track, man? In 2021.
Man, you know what? This off season has been so depressing.
Speak on it.
To me. I mean, we got Yannick, and I kind of figured we wasn't going to do too much. But damn, we let go of two of the, we let go of the last two, because I don't know what y'all talked about last week, because I didn't listen to the show. My bad on that. But if y'all talked about, we lost the last two of the car insurance offensive line.
Well, we talked about it, but we didn't get to hear your thoughts on it. So speak on that, man. Let's get caught up.
I mean, shit, now we down to, at this point, we're going to see what car can do, right?
Uh-huh.
Right? Yep. Because there's no car insurance at this point. I mean, we don't know what this
dirty,
new
bro. Riding dirty in 2021, bro.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. We don't know what this new offensive unit line is going to do. We know Richie Incognito is solid. We know all the pieces are solid, but how are you going to play together? So it's looking forward. That's one of the things that I'm looking forward to seeing. Mm-hmm. The new policy that we got. For car.
I saved 15% of my car insurance in 15 minutes or less by calling Geico. You're gonna see that lizard on the sidelines too with the headset.
Hey, you know what? Fuck. Hey, all you video entrepreneurs out there, that's an idea for you right there.
So what's
car insurance?
It's looking like Kolton Miller, Richie Incognito, Andre
on James.
Andre 3000.
Andre 3000, Denzel Good,
and Brandon Parker.
Or a big question mark there, right tackle. Probably Parker. Yeah, it's going to be a rough one.
Or draft pick.
The other thing I'm worried about, too, is John Gruden loves to run up that right side. And I feel okay with Denzel Good, but, I mean, not having Hudson, Jackson, and a healthy
There's no 72-79 right there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so, man.
Yo, but
I mean, like I said, we'll see. Tom Cable is a very good offensive line coach, right?
Savvy.
He's one of the top. He took, when we didn't have Trent Brown and we didn't have Incognito, he took the line and held it together for the first half of the season.
True.
Pretty much for the most part until it, on film got figured out. But for the most part, he held it together.
Mm-hmm.
So if these guys can roll into 2021, 2022, maybe Carr got some insurance. I don't know.
And I will say the difference in Carr between 2020 and or 2019 and 2020 on his quick throws, on his quick reads is, in 2019, 2018, those quick reads looked like they were coming out of sheer terror and fear and panic. And last year they were coming crisp with decisiveness and purpose and able to step up when you needed to. So let's keep that same energy, Carr, because you're going to need it. Watch that blind side. Well, blind side would be left side, but let's keep that same energy. And I like Good. We don't know what he's going to do over there for a full season. Obviously, depth is a major concern right now. And Brandon Parker, although looking improved, I don't think he's the answer. I don't think he's a permanent solution over there. But we'll see what Tom could do with a full off season. Hopefully, no major COVID restrictions. I mean,
well, you know what though, too, man.
No, you're right. But you know what? I think right tackle is a major concern as far as drafting. Whether you take one in the first round or you take one which I don't see one that can be taken that's worthy of the number 17 pick. Now, if you trade back, but I know we're going to talk about that later. So I don't see one that's worthy of the 17th pick, right, at this point. But you're going to have to take a right tackle at some point in the draft to battle Brandon Parker. I mean, unless you think he's the man right now, or maybe Good battles him and you draft a guard. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's options. But at this point, my concern for the Raiders, if you want to go forward, Derek Carr is your best chance to win games, and you basically depleted his offensive. You depleted his insurance. Basically, we joke about it because his last name is Carr, but that is really his insurance. So you made a lot of changes, and let's hope those changes benefit Carr, because that's at the end of the day, that's who we need to play good, or as good as he played in 2021, with a better defense in 2022 to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, that's where we left at right now.
I don't think right tackle right now is doom and gloom. I'm not optimistic. I'm just kind of concerned. My biggest problem is Andre James at center. The team's high on him. Kolton Miller spoke highly of him. But, can he handle the audibles from Carr? Can he handle the interchange, the snap? And what are we going to see there? Because when that ball goes flying loose in the backfield, a lot of bad things can go wrong, including injury. So, but Che, you've been trying to get in here. So, what's up, brother?
No, well, I was going to say this about the comment on trying to run to the right side.
I can't hear Che.
I'll let you know.
I'm gonna speak loud. Can you hear me now, brother? Can you hear me? No.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, there we go. So, in regards to the comment about running to the right side, I think that is maybe where he would prefer to go. But if you don't have the talent there, if you don't have the solid lineman there, then you're going to change your game plan. And we already know Kolton Miller just got the extension for a reason, right? We feel confident that he's growing, he's getting better. You got Richie Incognito coming back. And Andre James, Although we don't know who the starting center is, that hasn't been announced yet. There's a lot of talk about Andre James being the guy because they really appreciate his run blocking. So if you can say those three guys, right, are your best run blocking offensive linemen, I think you're going to start seeing some runs to the left. You're going to see a heavier dose of runs to the left side of the line. You know, that doesn't mean he's not going to run the ball to the right side, right? And that doesn't mean that Denzel Good and Parker, if Parker's the guy, aren't going to be, you know, having to do their job, because they all have to do their job. But I think you're going to look at who are your best offensive linemen. Who are the guys you can count on? And you're going to look to run behind those guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you. And especially now with the addition of Drake in there as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, you are definitely going to go with the squad that has a little bit more chemistry and has proven themselves as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and especially with what you said as well, with the run block. I'm glad you brought that up, Jay.
Yeah. So
I couldn't hear anything that Chase said.
Basically, what Chase said is, you know, expect a heavy dose of run to the left side. I'd love to see that misdirection, that counter, that cutback if we're going to be working that angle. I'd like to see that. Obviously, tight ends are going to be in the mix. But what it points to me is John Gruden, now with the additions of all these defensive linemen, John Gruden really wanting to control the time of possession, and that's John Gruden's game, right? Shutting the team down, shutting down the opposing offense with our defensive line, and really controlling the clock with the run game. The addition of Kenyon Drake, you know, obviously Josh Jacobs, and you know, we'll see how that goes. It's going to be a new look, but it's going to be a different offseason this year than last year. We're actually going to get some real practices in. You know, players won't be drilling over Zoom, and I mean, that's what we got to hang our hats on right now. But while we're in this vein, while we're in this category, well, Bob over here is farting in my general direction.
Hey, at least you know you don't have. At least you know you don't have the corona, bro. 'Cause you can smell and taste it.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Bob, go over there.
Hey, it got over here too, bro. It got over here.
Tastes like a
It tastes like
tastes like a patty melt. So.
Everybody's corona free up in here now. We can all smell.
we can smell, taste.
We all, hey.
It's not. It's not. We're not enjoying it. That ability right now.
I can't even vape right now because I'll be sucking that in.
Sucking shit.
E14. 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 That's my next motherfucking shot day. E14.
Hey.
Anyway,
you know what I'm saying? It couldn't be no more fitting than that. E14.
So in regard to team needs, I mean, we've kind of covered it on offense. I think it really falls on the offensive line, but let's talk about team needs on defense. I'll lead us off. I think obviously that whole linebacking core still missing some pieces over there, and I would say that in the safety in the secondary and
you
the
think
defensive
so?
backfield, yeah. I think
you think the linebacking core is still missing the pieces?
I do.
You don't think Moreau and Littleton and Quit is the answer?
It wasn't last year, and I know with the new coaching staff, we should see some improvement.
I mean, well, wasn't nothing to answer with under Gunther. I mean, you know, we got to give some credit to the players, but we got to also take some credit away from them for the coaching. I mean, you know, you're gonna say those guys are just
and I don't think I'm out of line because I'm looking at all these draft projections too, and like 8 out of 10, you know, of these draft analysts have us taking a linebacker in the first round.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't think it's far out of line to say that we need help at the linebacking position, because after those guys, you know, we at least need some young bucks, some, you know, back there. So I feel like linebackers definitely in need, and I think free safety is in need as well.
So quit is replaced. I mean, if you're going to draft a linebacker, you're not going to draft a Sam or a Will. You're going to draft a Mike.
I'm not talking about replacing anybody we have in the starting squad. I'm talking about depth and rotational talent is what we need.
But I'm saying in the first round, bro. You said drafting a linebacker in the first round.
No,
if you're going to draft a linebacker in the first round, it's going to be a Mike, not a Sam or a Will.
No, I didn't say that we're drafting a linebacker in the first round. I'm saying 8 out of 10 analysts have us drafting a linebacker in the first round. So what I'm saying is I'm not the only one that thinks we need linebacking talent. I don't think we need a first-round linebacking talent. I don't think we need a new member of the starting squad. I do think we need linebacking depth. I think we've needed linebacking depth for the last 10 years, and I don't think that changes going into 2021.
Facts.
Is that clear?
I'm clear, but bro, we had, and it's funny. What about Kabinda? What about Lee? What about Shalik Calhoun? All these players that are still in the league right now, they're playing and making plays for other teams. We've drafted linebackers.
Yeah, the key words there are they're making plays for other teams. Like, we need guys. That
but has it been scheme or coaching more or less? Has it been the ability to draft correctly?
I think
what has it been?
We're going to find out this year, but I still don't think that means we don't need linebacking talent, because you can't just say this defense is set. There's holes there,
Yeah.
There's holes there.
Well, with that,
I think to back that up, right? To back that up and just put a little bit more understanding to what Kenny's saying is it's one thing to say that Gunther was responsible for the shit show we saw at linebacker, right? Yep. But it's another thing to say that these guys are just all of a sudden going to be everything that we wanted, right? And so you go into next season, just because Gunther's gone doesn't mean everything's going to be fucking perfect. You still need to be prepared for the worst case scenario, which is these motherfuckers still suck and we need somebody else there ready to take over the fucking position. Right? I mean, and you need talent. You need young talent to start getting ready and prepared to take over those positions. So, I think it's foolish to think that we don't need to put more talent behind the linebackers that we already have.
And I think we need talent in the secondary. I know Cain's going to get pissed at this, but I'd love to see the Raiders go out and get Richard Sherman.
Hey,
just to be.
No, actually, I wouldn't be pissed about that.
I think some veteranship there.
I'm Team Richard Sherman.
Okay.
I'm Team Richard Sherman. I think Richard Sherman will have something to offer to the young DBs. And I think it's funny because when you signed Charles Woodson, did you say he was through? When you signed Rob Woodson, did you say he was through? Did you say he slowed down and he can't play safety? I mean, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you signed Richard Sherman and he slowed down. He is he fast enough to play the free safety position?" But is he smart enough to play the free safety? Have you thought about that? Is he smart enough to play the free safety position? Obviously. Absolutely. He'll be much smarter to see the field in front of him than behind him or running against him. So
free safety is like the quarterback of the defense. Like 90% of being an effective free safety or safety in general is seeing things happen before they happen, because people say, they have speed, they can make up for mistakes they make, but we've seen time and time again on this team that's not true. If you're late,
Abram ain't made up for with his speed.
Exactly.
He's fast as fuck. He's still been getting burnt and fucking up. Speed don't make up knowledge.
Exactly.
Knowledge is what makes up. And you've seen these veteran safeties, these veteran cornerbacks turn into safeties and become really good. We've had two of them play for the Raiders, Rod Woodson and Charles Woodson. Yeah. And there's really only been two of them that have succeeded that's been really, that you could say that have turned into safeties, and those are those two guys. And they both play for the Raiders. So I can see Richard Sherman coming in and playing safety, and his knowledge will make up for his loss of speed on the field.
But what you said though, Cain, is that two of those players were previous Raiders. So they basically have a dog in the fight. Sherman has never been a Raider, and for me, have been very, very jaded as of late, bringing in some of these vets that are supposed to be very good, supposed to bring something to the team, leadership and blah, 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 and just totally flop and cash the check and leave in a year.
I understand that fear, Bobby, but you know what? I'll say this, okay? In regards to some of the veterans that you're talking about, we've had a shit show of veterans coming in here, okay? We've had a fucking AB that lost his goddamn mind for fucking half a goddamn season, okay?
Frozen feet.
We had a Trent Brown who came over, seemed happy, and then he started to showcase all the elements of an unhappy fucking player, right?
Fat.
Went right back where he came from.
Yeah.
Okay?
Fat.
Fat.
Richard Sherman, he rubs me as a different type of fucking dude.
Dude's a member of Mensa, bro.
Yeah, this dude has a different element to him, and I think he is along the lines of a fucking Rod Woodson, Charles Woodson, when you're talking about guys that are older and they know how to adapt their game to still be effective. And I mean, even as a corner, he was still effective. A lot of people thought when he left Seattle that he was pretty much done, right? That we're not, and he still stayed top level corner. So I think he has that ability, and I for one would appreciate seeing a guy who has that many years under his belt, being one of the top defensive players in the league, come over, be a coach on the field, and just be a guy that puts some fucking, just puts not just wisdom, but fire into this fucking defense, because we don't have that right now. We don't have that.
I agree. I agree with Che. I agree with Che.
Look at this.
And you know what though? Let me add this. If Charles Woodson wasn't a Raider, and you would have said, let's go out and sign Charles Woodson, he never was a Raider. Never was a Raider. And he just said, let's just sign Charles Woodson. Y'all motherfuckers wouldn't want to sign Charles Woodson. So fuck all that shit. I agree with Che.
That is true. That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. He's coming from the Niners. You know, the Niners aren't our favorite team. That's to say the least, right?
Yeah.
We fucking hate their guts. Fuck you guys. But listen, that being said,
Damn.
he's in the fucking Bay Area. He understands, I think he understands what Raider Nation's all about. He's got a first-hand, you know, he's been up front with it.
I agree with Che.
And so he's like, yo, I can see myself as a fucking Raider.
Yeah.
And I think he made that clear when Gruden broke the rules and asked him if he would fucking join.
On national television.
It was Collinsworth, bro. He's the one who basically
He fed that question. Yeah, he insinuated that shit.
But look at this cornerback room. Look at this secondary room right now. Arnett, Abram, Mullen, Lawson, Robertson, Isaiah Johnson still hanging around. These are guys that have needed mentorship for years.
Absolutely.
And I think Richard Sherman could be the antidote right there.
You're right, man.
I think he could be the prescription.
The biggest person that needs is Abram. Man.
Yeah.
Abram needs to fuck yeah, man. And Mullen's gonna be okay. You know, I knock Raider Nation for knocking Mullen. Mullen is a good cornerback. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Very sturdy.
And Arnett is good. He needs to just get out of his little. But these youngsters, man, they different. You know what I'm saying? So all the OGs out here that don't understand these young guys, this dude can play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether he do his dumb shit on internet or whatever, you can't judge a motherfucker like that. Like, you got to go on what they do on the field. Arnett and Mullen is the future. Abram is the one that needs some help. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? For real, like disciplinary help, like somebody that learns to watch film. That like, hey, watch film. Look at this, bro. Like, look, see the move you made right there. If you would have just waited. You know what I'm saying? Look what would have happened.
Yeah.
Somebody that could come in there and he'll trust that can tell him that, not just a coach, but another player that's been in that position that could say, no, bro, look, you made the wrong choice right there. Look, if you would have did this would have happened. You know, maybe if it's a Charles Woodson or if it's a Richard Sherman, you know, bring that person in. He needs the help.
Jonathan Abram has more raw talent than any member of our secondary in over a decade.
I agree.
What he's lacking is the mental ability. If you took Richard Sherman's brain, put it in Abram's body, perennial all-pro strong safety.
Yeah.
But it's that mental aspect of the game. It's that discipline. It's knowing when to play, you know, within yourself and behind your shoulder pads. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing for Arnett, too. But we saw Arnett getting a little headhunter happy, right? Leading with the helmet, getting himself knocked out. So I just think Richard Sherman would be...
Him and Arnett is... They on the same... Yeah. Him and Arnett is both... They both on the same page. They like good players, tough players, but they undisciplined.
Hey, but you know what though?
And if it's got to be, even if we bring in Earl Thomas to just like as a consultant, and if he just on the sideline, just like as a consultant, like, nah, bro, this is what y'all should do. I'm with that. If you don't sign Richard Sherman, bring somebody in Bradley's system that's been successful, that these guys feel comfortable listening to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that they can progress, because they are good players. People keep saying, oh, this, that. No, we got a good defensive backfield. They just need good coaching. That's in my opinion.
Do you think,
even Abram?
Do you think
so,
that Yannick might have some sort of influence on Abram? Somebody that has a knowledge of that defensive system already, is a veteran in the game. Do you think he might be able to help out Abram if we don't bring an Earl Thomas in?
Not really, because they're in two different position groups. I think he'll have an impact on the field, the game of play, whether he could rush the passer and make this guy's game easier. That will be some benefit to him. But as far as him being able to help him coaching wise, with the scheme, because he's a defensive lineman and he's a safety. Yeah. You know, you need somebody like Richard Sherman or Earl Thomas to come in and that can go through, that can sit at home and let's eat some popcorn and watch some film. Yeah. And let me just show you some shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You need some guys like that. And you Richard Sherman, I'm all for bringing in Richard Sherman. Hey, if you want to make Earl Thomas, John Gruden, you love your vets. If you want to bring Earl Thomas as a consultant because he can't play no more, hey, I'm all for it. If he going to help your safeties become better safeties, you know, I'm all for it. You know, that's you know.
This defensive line is obviously going to help with that, but I'm looking at the depth chart right now. I'm looking at this defensive depth chart. Everything looks pretty serviceable right now. But when you get to that free safety slot and it's Jeff Heath and Dalen Leavitt and that's it. Yeah. I'm just waiting for that Sherman headline to drop any day. Like that just seems like that's a spot that's being held, does it not?
Well, this is Trayvon Moore.
This is what I was.
That spot is being held for Trayvon Moore with the number 17 pick.
Fair enough.
Okay,
I like
you heard it here first.
I like
or
that.
You heard it. You've been hearing it from me on Twitter.
I like
but
that.
You heard it on this podcast first. Trayvon Moore,
another
with
free
the number 17 pick.
Another safety in the first round. Let's go.
I'm sure Raider Nation's gonna have a blast with that one too.
Third time's a charm.
But listen, I think the key is this, man. You need a leader. You need a veteran leader at every level of this defense as well as your offense, okay? And so when you look at the defensive line, you bring in Yannick. There you go. You got yourself a veteran that you can get behind, that can kind of be the voice on the defense, right? I think the problem that we've had with Abram is that he was brought in to be the leader, and he still needs leadership.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
That's really the biggest issue for Abram, is that he was drafted to be the leader for the secondary, and he himself still needs fucking leadership. So you bring in a vet like Richard Sherman, or like Cain is suggesting, bring in an Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell. We gonna bring a fucking old school running back.
Let's bring it in, bro.
Earl Thomas.
Bring it in, bro. Let's go.
Bring in Earl Campbell. Fuck it.
Let's get Eric
I want to see it too, bro. Earl Thomas. You bring in Earl Thomas, and you have a vet on this team.
It's Gale Sayers. Let's go.
Gale Sayers. You bring in somebody that's gonna be able to really get the respect of this young dude, because you brought him in and he comes into this team. He looks around the room. He looks around. Let's be honest. He looks around the DB room and he's like, "Ain't nobody here a fucking leader. Like, ain't nobody in this room that's gonna be able to tell me that they know more than me.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do me, right?" But you bring in some guys with some accolades, some guys with a fucking Super Bowl ring on their fingers. You got nothing. You cannot not respect those motherfuckers. Yeah. They know how to play this game. They've been doing it longer than you. They've been more successful than you. You're gonna shut the fuck up. You're gonna listen, right? That's why you got to bring in a vet, and that's why you need a vet at every single level. Same thing on the offense.
Ooh, Che just fire take.
Hey.
Fucking fire take.
You know what I mean? Hey,
Yeah.
I'll give myself a hot take. Just because Bobby pointed at it.
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell, bring it, Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell bringing back, dog.
OJ Simpson, let's go.
OJ.
No, but you know what though, Che being real, that Che got that shit down pat though. Just like I feel like we need a veteran. You know, people like, oh, you want to bring in Richard Sherman, this, that, da, 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 da. You're gonna waste money on him and blah blah blah. You're not gonna waste money on him.
No.
Did you waste money on Jason Witten? You did, but did it help Moreau? Did it help Foster Moreau become a better tight end? Did it help Waller become a better tight end? You know, these are signings that John Gruden, and I'm am I supporting John Gruden right now? But look, so anyway, yeah, just hey, I'm with that. Bring in a veteran safety or a veteran defensive back, somebody that you would get that Abram will respect. You know, and if you're not going to do that,
Or bring in OJ. If Abram really wants to hunt heads, that's the guy. Because he'll take your head off, bro.
And get away.
or you know what you do? You bring in you
Show how to
draft
get away with
Moore,
no flags.
you draft Trayvon Moore, and then you just make like one of these players a coach. So like you if they don't get signed, then you got Earl Thomas can be a DB coach.
Yeah.
And then he can teach you Bradley's system. You know, and he can teach the younger guys. And you guys know me, since we've been doing the podcast, I've always been for the young youth movement. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't winning the Super Bowl, if you ain't consistently going to the playoffs, then you need to be trying to build your team from the youth to become better.
Yeah.
And so with us as a Raider, as an organization, we're mediocre. We're what you call mediocre. So we could either rebuild or we could try to build to get better. And the only way you could do that is through draft picks when you in the position that we in, or free agency. You can't spend enough money in free agency because players don't want to come to you because you ain't that team that's about to win a Super Bowl. The good players don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to build your team through the draft. And this team has not been great drafting. You know, and so we talk about the needs and wants of this team. You know what I'm saying? And then so we need a safety. Are you going to draft one? You signed a bunch of defensive linemen. Is it going to work out? You depleted your offensive line to do this. You got rid of two really good, solid players in order to make your defensive line better. Well, did you think about, is it going to be better? Because good was good for a little while, and then he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Andre James only played one game that we could count as significant. Richie Incognito was hurt for most of the year. Kolton Miller, he's been solid. That's your only player. You don't have a right tackle. Even when you had car insurance, you never really had a right tackle. So you're still trying to solve that situation. Now you got rid of your center, and you're looking for a right guard, and your left guard was injured last year. So your quarterback is your best player on your team right now. Your quarterback is your best player, hands down. Even when you look at Waller, he couldn't have made the plays without Carr. So your quarterback is your best player on the team, whether we like to say it, we Carr people or not. That's your best player on the team. You just now fucked with his offensive line. So how successful are you going to be going into 2022, I'm sorry, as your season? That's where we at right now, really. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as a podcast, as a fan base, as a whole, you're going to be more concerned about how the offense plays behind a newly rebuilt offensive line with your quarterback that has to 100,000% have to have a good offensive line to be successful. Because if you don't, he is not successful. We've seen it.
Well, I saw one more comment about secondary. I know we got back to the line, but you know, you're talking about Sherman or drafting more. I say you got to do both because Sherman's only going to sign a 2-year contract maximum over here, and then you got to have someone behind him. So bring in more now. If you're going to bring in somebody to mentor the secondary, bring in that young buck right behind him. You could do both. You're going to get him on a rookie contract, and we have just enough salary cap to eke those moves out. So I say do that. Do both of those things. And let's move this team forward with some mentorship, some veteranship, and leave the young bucks in a better place than they were last year. That's my solution. But Cain, it was good having you back on, man.
Hell yeah.
We're going to be off next week because taking a little mini vacation, a little kind of staycation, getting out of town, but not too far from town. If you know what I mean. And we'll be back doing some pre-draft analysis. Our draft predictions, our draft picks. You know, Kane's always going to come in hot for that. So get ready in 2 weeks, Cain. We're going to be talking draft real heavy. Probably having Pete and stuff call in as well. So get your draft picks ready. I know you already got them ready, bro. You stay ready.
Man, I'm trying to, you know, hey, it is what it is. I think we're going to take a right tackle, but we'll get there.
Probably.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
O-line is definitely on the chart, bro.
Yeah.
O-line is definitely on the chart.
And that's definitely not what I want. I think we need a fucking 1A running back. But anyway, yeah, let's reserve that for that conversation.
Yes, sir.
And I don't like the Kenyon Drake signing. I don't know if we talked about that last week, but I'm not.
Well, let's get your thoughts on that. Let's get your thoughts on that.
Get it in, bro.
Yeah.
Get it in.
Last thoughts.
Let's leave on that.
Last thoughts, yeah.
This dude been bouncing around for the last 3 years. He done bounced from between 3 teams in the last 3 years. In the last 2 seasons, he's been on 3 different teams.
Miami,
obviously
Arizona
there's an issue
Raiders.
there. You know, whether it's been scheme or whether it's been whatever. But let's take a fresh state of mind. Like, don't you like fresh lettuce and fresh tomatoes? Don't you like fresh cucumbers? You know what I'm saying? Don't you like fresh vegetables and shit? When you want your steak, do you want your steak old from sitting in the freezer? You know what I'm saying?
Some people like that
when it's set in the freezer for 3 or 4 months, you like, shit, I got a ribeye, but it's been in the freezer, and you want to throw that motherfucker, and the taste of it don't just taste right because it wasn't fresh. You know what I'm saying? Don't you like some fresh shit?
To be fair,
I do.
Miami barely counts as a team. To be fair, I mean,
during the Kenyon Drake years, yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So I'm just
Miami counts as a team because I just went to Miami and saw them play another team. They count as a motherfucking team. Just like you went to New Jersey and you saw your team.
Stop right there.
The Jets count as a motherfucking team. Come on now.
Kane's feet were freezing that day, though.
Touche. Checkmate. Yeah, you got me. Kaner, it's good to have you back on, man. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We're going to go draft. We're going to be talking about the future, bro.
All right, brothers. Hey, it was good, man. Man, it's good to be back on, man. Let's do this next in the next show, man. I'm ready. Let's do it.
That's what's up, brother.
All right, brother.
Hell yeah, bro.
Take care, man.
All right, fellas.
Right,
Peace out, man. Good night.
Peace.
Peace.
Real quick.
Pillaging.
Hey,
Mary Jane.
Salute.
Shout out to Mary Jane in the chat with the 1999 donation. Right on time, Mary Jane. You don't say much, but hey, speak loud though. You speak loud. We're gonna take one more break here. We're gonna come back and I'm gonna open the phone lines. We got no calls on the hopper, so we're just gonna.
It's gonna be all live.
Yeah, we're just gonna bullshit. And if you want to call in, you can, but wait for us to come back. Don't be a pussy. And
everyone always calls in during the commercial.
Yeah, right.
Actually, that's my style.
We'll see you on the other side, y'all.
Yeah. Peace.
And we are back.
Yeah.
Shout out to Diego, who said he's too busy out there hammering chicks and going to school. Your name is now Sledgehammer.
Oh, yeah.
I wanna be a sledgehammer.
You could be a steam train if you just lay down your tracks.
Yeah. Get it, Diego.
I wanna be.
Sledgehammer.
Why don't you call my name? I love that song.
Damn, I feel bad for not backing you guys up.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here, I just did that backup dancer role there.
You can be an aeroplane flying. Come on now. Shout out to Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
Peter Gabes. Everyone thinks that we're going to get high on these breaks. That is not happening. I'm sorry, guys.
No.
That doesn't happen.
This is just us.
No, that does
Al
not.
natural.
That does not happen.
These guys are already drinking like 60 ounces of beer. And I'm pretty close to done with this. And I've had like 4 or 5 cups of coffee today.
Hey, man. That's it, man. This is just good old natural Chad, Bobby, and Kenny.
It's a good old hydration session.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Stay hydrated.
I'm drinking water right now.
Phone lines are open, 408-909-PJFF. Topic broke out in the chat about Jalen Richard and his place on this team with the entrance of Kenyon Drake. I'll give you my thoughts on it. I don't think Richard's going anywhere. I think Richard will remain the third down back, and he will remain a player on special teams. And Juice said, isn't that what Drake's here for? And I think no. I think you saw it last year. It's much like an NBA rotation, right? Starters come off the bench going into halftime, and the bench may even open up in that second quarter to free up guys to play all the way down the stretch through the fourth. And I think that's what you're going to see from Kenyon. I think he's going to spell Josh Jacobs mid-second half. And I think you're going to see a healthy dose of him in the third quarter. And mid-second quarter, and then a healthy dose of him in the third quarter. And I think you're going to see Josh Jacobs pound out and cement these games. I think that's what's going to happen. Or if there's a healthy lead, Jacobs is going to be on ice, on bubble wrap, and you're going to see a healthy dose of Drake out there. I think he's also going to help in the passing game. But I think for the most part, you're still going to see Jalen Richard in there on special teams in third down plays when the running back's not an option. Because why? His pass protection. That's why. They love this kid. I think he's going to stay there. And somebody else had mentioned they're nervous every time Rock gets on the field. Hey, we're nervous too.
Well,
I'm nervous right now, and it's April.
Well, I think it was Rue who mentioned it, man. As soon as they re-signed, Theo Riddick?
Yeah.
That's honestly when I thought. I was like, well, that's it, dude. Honestly, because it was Washington or Richard last year, or the year before, I'm sorry. So last year, we had Richard and we rode with him, and this year it's kind of feeling the exact same way. So it's like,
good point.
Well, why are we signing this guy that's not really proven? Yet we have Richard, who
and gave him an ass load of money. I mean, come on, that's the elephant in the room, right? We gave Drake a buttload of money.
Yeah.
That too. So
but you know what? He's talking about re-signing Riddick, and it's what Bobby's saying is true. Riddick really had like maybe a handful of games with the Lions where you were like, oh, he might be something, and then it just never developed into anything. Then they signed him last season, right? Basically just to fill a spot, and then you re-sign him again. And I think what you're saying is true. Like, you're signing Riddick to see if he could prove a little bit of what he had showcased previously, and to battle Richard for the spot. But if he continues along the same lines, Richard gets the spot, and it's gonna be what Kenny's saying. It's gonna be, the top two guys, Drake, and it's gonna be Josh Jacobs at number one, and then Richard is gonna be there if Riddick can't outright beat him. That's just the way it's gonna be.
And OneNation Fanware says Jacobs definitely needs relief late in the season. Hey, I need relief too. I'm backed up right now, bro. Backed up right now. I got a sinus headache.
Woo! Hey,
And
Se vale sobar. Se vale sobar.
That's right, dog. Get that vapuru, bro. Careful, not too long because it burns.
oh man,
I'm just saying, dude. You want to float like a butterfly and not sting like when I pee.
that'll make your helmet flaky though. Like 2 days later, it's too much alcohol in there to dry you out, bro. You need to get that aloe vera.
That's right. Just rub that aloe vera in there, dog. That was that performance enhancement substance.
Hey, you need that.
He was rubbing that aloe vera.
You need that Queen Helen's cocoa lotion, bro.
Hey.
Shout out to Silky Slim.
Pillaging.
Yeah.
1999, no comment. Leaves the money on the table, walks away. By the way, I apologize for all the random drops during the break. I got up and I knocked over my drum machine, or whatever you want to call it.
That's right. And Bobby Boy kept hitting all the damn buttons. He just wanted to be part of the show, dog.
He's working on becoming the next great producer.
He will. He will. What else I was going to say is cuts, man. We haven't really talked about any remaining cuts on this roster. I see potentially a lot of cuts coming in that wide receiver group. There's a lot of wide receivers on this team right now, but turn it over to you guys. I mean, you brought it up, Che, about remaining cuts. Who do you see on this team not making the squad? Is Rashard one of those names? Who else would you throw in there?
No, I think we just covered the running back room, right? We're talking about Riddick and Rashard. It's really up to Riddick to determine whether or not Rashard is a guy that can be cut. Because if he doesn't showcase enough on the field on the practice field to say like this is a better option, a more viable option, it's not going to happen. Rashard's going to stick around because you're not going to play fucking football with two running backs. It's just not going to happen, guys. So you're going to keep
cut to us playing
I mean, you might only play two motherfuckers during a game, but you're not going to play a fucking season with two motherfuckers on your roster. You know what I'm saying?
Marcus Allen has entered the chat.
Shout out to my shout out to my homeboy who tried to do exactly that at the end of the fantasy season. Ran out of transactions and wasn't able to pick up a fucking running back in the championship game. Shout out, Mikey.
Ain't that about a bitch?
Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit.
Raideroo's on top of it. He says Arden Key. Absolutely,
man.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not going to find anybody here that's going to argue against that, Rue. I think we said it last week, and we've said it before. Arden Key, you know what? We liked the feistiness that you had going into the last season. You know, talking about we don't need no Jadeveon Clowney over here. We got plenty of defensive ends over here. But then you went out there and did the exact same shit we saw the season before, bro. Yeah. Run past the quarterback, a whole lot of fucking no production out of you, dog. And that's just not something I'm looking forward to seeing anymore. So you can fucking hit the motherfucking road. You know, you kick rocks, son. You can kick rocks. And I think that that's going to happen. I really do. I mean, they tried it, right? They gave it a shot. They thought this guy had a productive season. His second to last year of college. Let's bring that back. It just never developed, man. And I don't know. I feel like if I was Arden Key, I would have really appreciated the fact that they didn't hold my last college season against me. Mm-hmm. They based it off of my previous year. I'm going to work really fucking hard to show, you know, you guys did the right thing. And then we haven't seen it. We haven't seen him bulk up. We haven't seen him add any moves. We've seen the same dude.
We haven't seen him play defense.
Run right past the offensive tackle, fucking 10 yards past the quarterback, and do exactly nothing. So a whole lot of missed sacks almost doesn't count in football, bro. It doesn't. And that's what you're Mr. Almost. So Edward James Almost, as Bobby likes to say.
Tough guys fried chicken.
You know what I mean?
I like what One Nation said.
Kick rocks wearing open toes, Diva sandals, homie.
I couldn't even read it, dog.
In other news, Diego says he just uploaded a video of himself throwing hammer. You can
OnlyFans.
You can check that out on you can check that out on xhamster.com. Somebody throw that Pornhub community logo up on the screen real quick.
I think it's Pornhub because it's April.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Sal Salazar with $24.99 donation. Dude, that's a lot of money, bro. He says Raiders should have won a Super Bowl with Marcus Allen and Bo. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us something we don't know.
Yeah. I agree.
We love you, bro. We love you, man. And the salsa. Still have a bag in the freezer.
I just unthawed a container, though. Yeah, hell yeah.
I gotta unthaw that fucking. Every single time I go to unthaw the salsa, we got something else going on. I'm like, God damn it. I'm gonna get back to you, salsa.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that safely. Can I unthaw the whole thing and then separate it in containers and then refreeze?
See, what I did is I had it in separate containers and then I just froze them all out like that.
I should have done that, but I was like, I panicked and put the whole thing in there. So now I gotta like unthaw, separate, and then refreeze. Hopefully it'll be okay. Should be all right.
It might get a little watery. It might just get a little watery, you know.
That's fine.
That's all right. You can deal with that.
That's when you cook with it, Doug.
Yeah.
So that way you could boil that water out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Little marinade right there.
Hell
Spot
yeah.
wasabi skills.
I'm just thicking it up with some
kitchen
KY,
skills.
you know.
Kick it up a notch.
I got that
What are you
tub.
trying to use this salsa for, bro?
You're trying to use it for everything, Doug.
That's personal, bro. You got your bag, I got my bag, all right?
Those are facts. Those are facts.
Salsa wrestling at my house.
Right, Doug. It's like a body pillow, Doug.
I got a kiddie pool full of salsa, bro. Don't ask any questions.
I was wondering what that thing was doing in the backyard, bro.
Just grab a beer from the cooler and shut the fuck up, bro.
Why is there so much tomato and fucking cilantro on this pool right here?
Bro. All right, so Arden
man.
Key, definitely. I mean, I'm looking at this wide receiver group, and I don't know that Keelan Doss sticks this year.
It'll be one of those cut, re-sign to practice squad, elevated, drop back down, and it'll just be one of those type of deals again, dude. When it comes to when it comes to DOS, honestly.
Juice just called me Kenny Chili Dick. Hey, that was one time, bro. That was once.
Hey, at least he didn't call you chili cheese dick.
And I'm
gross.
I'm banned from that bar, bro. I can't go back.
Shout out, Denny's.
Shout out to Denny's, bro. Let me just say you get what you pay for. Sometimes you get a whole lot more, if you know what I'm saying.
That's right. Pigs in a blanket, motherfuckers.
Oh, Jesus.
man.
Hey, phone lines are open 408
Yeah, they are.
PJFF.
Yeah, they are.
Scared you away already.
Yeah, they are, man.
Good times.
Theo Riddick definitely on the cusp there. And I'm looking at this quarterback group. I mean, Kyle Sloter, watch out, bro. All I'm saying, dark horse. Dark horse. Dude.
Oh, man. Kyle Sloter, huh?
Sloter.
I'm sure he's going to make the cut.
He'll creep his way up there, dog, past Nathan Peterman.
Marcus Mariota is still on this depth chart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When's that cut going to happen? Because they got to get rid of him, right? Don't they have to get rid of him in order to save some cash?
I thought they restructured him.
Did he? Did he restructure?
Or maybe they were just talking about it.
I mean, they want him to, but a lot of people were saying like that was a bad move on the Raiders' part to announce that because that completely wiped the trade value.
No, they definitely destructured it because I remember they gave him way the hell less than what he actually was asking for.
Yeah, right here, Marcus Mariota to sign a reworked 1-year deal with the Raiders. $8 million.
All right.
Yeah,
so
deals
there we go.
$3.5 million, but up to $8 million with incentives. So
Okay. Yeah. Incentives which you'll never reach because he's in
No,
the
hell no,
bench.
dude.
I mean,
They told him he has to win a Super Bowl.
I
That's
like
the
it.
one incentive.
you know what I'm saying?
I like it. All right. Well, then Nathan Peterman, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah,
here?
Nathan Peterman with his big ass calves, bro. Somebody texted the call-in line. It was talking about his calf space, and I think they meant cap space, but they spelled it calves. So I responded. I was like, he does have big calves, doesn't he?
I'm pretty sure he was talking about like his cow calves.
Yeah?
Like calves.
Calves?
I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, if you're gonna just go with it,
Tienen muchas vacas.
I don't know what's going on that farm, but
Es que es medio güey por eso.
Diego's really pushing that hammer video. It's not that kind of show, Diego. I mean,
That's his Patreon subscribers only, dog.
I understand I have a bevy of dick jokes every week, but this is not that kind of show.
Yeah.
I uploaded a video of me throwing hammer too, and it's been really hard finding work. You know? Probably should have kept that off Facebook though.
It was that questionable website, dog. The NSFW website, dog.
It was the NSA website. Let's get it straight.
They're watching.
Oh, man.
Let's look at this wide receiver group. Henry Ruggs the third. Willie Snead.
Oh, here we go.
Holy. I'm going to hit the green button this time.
Do it.
203, you are on the air live with the Pillaging Podcast. I'm Kenny Stapler. Who are you?
What's good? It's just been Johnny.
Oh, what's up, brother?
I know that guy.
What's up, brother?
I have to plug my phone in. Hold on a second. And plug my. I'm on a low battery here, but I had to call in about the Jalen Richard stuff because I agree with you, Kenny. And he's a role player.
Yeah.
And like anyone else, like if you watched, the early Raiders on, which I know you did, and the Chucky 1.0, is he likes those kind of NBA off the bench role player type of players. And his scheme, he uses them in certain ways. And Richard has always been that guy. And, I'm biased because I get to design for the guy, whether it be, charity stuff, et cetera. But when I saw that first play, every Raider fan, we were going through all the torment of the team was horrible and it was starting to come back. And that's when Tom Cable was bringing the team back as a coach. And you saw Richard bust off that first run in his home. Like, he was from Louisiana. And he busted off that first run for us. Like that play, everyone loves Richard for that play, let alone. And he's just a good dude out of the backfield. Like he is one of those role player. He's not that back that's you can count on all the time to just pound the rock like Jacobs, but he has that role where he is skilled at that position at what he does. So you're right. I would love for them to keep him around, but you just never know with Drake coming in.
Yeah, the Raiders love role players. Let's not forget, Rock Cartwright was the team captain, okay? Rock motherfucking Cartwright, bro. All right.
Cartwright.
Well, I'm trying to plug my phone in. Hold on 1 second.
But no, yeah, I agree with you. I think Richard sticks around. I think he plays his role and he plays it well.
I mean, I hope so. He's not. It's not like at that position we need to get rid of him. It's not like unless it's cap space. But I would think that he would. Negotiate with Gruden, just like how, when they let Richie Incognito go, I was like, oh man, and my dad's like, no, don't worry, they're going to bring him back in like 3 days. That's how Chucky does it.
True.
He was right. He does pull those moves. So, and I'm not saying that's what Richard is going to do, but you just never know. I hope we keep him as a role player, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let me ask you, if he does get cut, are you still going to design for him?
It depends on the team. Depends on the team.
Good answer.
I don't design for losers, bruh.
There's certain teams that I just won't touch, so which is most, unlike the Raiders.
Looking at you, ketchup and
That's why.
mustard teams.
Honestly, that's why I left professionally designing for teams, because I wanted to just do it for the Raiders. So, hey, I'm biased in that point of view, but
at least you're aware of your bias, and that's healthy.
Hey,
that's healthy.
And many bias is okay.
Yeah. Well, what's life like right now on the East Coast? How are things going out there for you, brother?
Well, things are starting to clear up from the pandemic, which is cool. I have some medical things I got to take care of, as you know, so I'm fortunate for that. But other than that, I'm just looking forward to actually getting into the stadium, man. To watch it all last season and to knowing what was going on with the pandemic and everything. It's just, man. And you've heard some of the players in interviews be like, if we had our fans there, to cheer us on for some of those games, and some of those games that we did lose, just stupid things, or Carr, having his he has his mistakes every now and then. But Raider Nation as a fan base in the stadium could have made a huge difference in some of those games. They could have.
What was the game? The Bills game, Bills Raiders. Yeah, that was when I was thinking we lost by a touchdown. Like, I feel like Raider Nation was there.
We pull that out.
Yeah, that game goes a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
A lot of them were fourth quarter. You know, it was a lot of them, but there was at least 3 or 4 games, or 3 that I know of that I could say off the top of my head that were just fourth quarter screw ups on our behalf. But
Chiefs Raiders, right? Chiefs Raiders.
Yep.
Yeah.
it's the second time. Yes.
Yeah.
I love the FKC. I love to throw it in the Chiefs fans' faces. I always say all the Chiefs trolls that come at me. It's like, bro, you can talk stuff about Carr, but he thrashed you twice last year.
Yeah.
We already outscored you
True.
twice, Chiefs.
Yeah.
So when we get a defense under us finally, then you could talk. Like, cause our offense will thrash them. I don't care what anyone says about Kermit the Frog and all this. Look what he did. He choked in the Super Bowl. So we played the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl, and they had our scheme to begin with, and we still kind of gave them a fight after we got thrashed for a whole half. You know, we still came back a little bit in that embarrassing game, but that's old school news and everything. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, come on, like if anyone doesn't see right now from watching like the Chucky 1.0 to today and him coming back, the progression that we made, and like what we beat the Chiefs twice, we outscored them twice last year, high scoring games, you know. And as Raider fans, it's like, oh, we blew it. But we outscored them. Those are high-scoring games. If we just get a defense, an average defense under ourselves, just an average, with the same offense that we have, we can do some damage.
What new player are you most excited to see in the silver and black next year?
That's a tough question before, like, pre-draft, because there's some goons that I know people don't want to draft offensive line, but we do have a need to tackle. And there's some big boys. Like, Raiders love that big offensive line, and with Rodney Hudson gone, it's scary. Like, it's scary. That's a Pro Bowl position. Like, that scared me. When that happened, I was like, oh my, because everything else is leading up to, all right, we have the offense. Now let's just build this defense. Year 4, Chucky's going to focus on the defense. Let's build it up. And when that happened, I was just like, whoa. But as you can see, as an intelligent fan, they had a plan. So, but it's still scary no matter what. They're shuffling the deck. So when you lose a Pro Bowl safety, that's scary, especially with Carr. I love Carr. You know, I'm a DC fan. But that was his, like, you know, that he's scary off the line to begin with sometimes. If he gets shaken, if you shake him up once, he gets a little shook. And every quarterback's like that. But Carr, you can't, like, he's got to be in the zone. And for him to lose that rhythm with the center, it worries me. So I just want them to shore up the line, because I know it's just one position. Most people are going to say, oh, I want defense first in the draft. I want defense first. But the draft has a lot of depth at the defense positions we need. They screwed around with the line, which wasn't expected by Raider fans. So let's just shore it up. If it's one position, get that tackle, get that big body there, put him in position, get the line straight. That's what I would like to see. And then in second round, there's depth to go on and get, you know, because I still think in free agency we can get some defensive goons. Like everyone mentions Sherman. We need that veteran presence. Whether or not, if Sherman's old and he's going to get injured, we need that veteran leadership in the locker room. Even if he's injured, you need someone like that in the locker room to mentor the young guys, because we have a lot of them. So, to be honest, I would like to see them shore up that offensive line first before they make any moves.
Gotcha. Anything new coming out for the One Nation fanwear line? Anything you want to plug, man? I'm looking forward to these 2021 designs. I know you're gonna have something fresh.
I've been behind, you know, cause just like medical stuff and personal stuff in the pandemic and everything. But I want to do I'm going to have a whole man cave section with like framed artwork. The Kenny Stabler, the Snakeskin 12 stuff I do. I want to do like, I would love to do like framed jerseys in the frame. So we're going to start with just, eventually it's going to start with just like printed stuff they can have in man caves, like high end artwork. And I want to get that thing up and running. And then there's a lot of people want the larger sizes, 4XL, 5XL, which I love Raider Nation. I appreciate it. Everyone loves the artwork that I make. So I want to just keep expanding it. And I just want to give the fans what they want, basically. Yeah. That's all I want to do as an artist. So it's just slowly but surely just keep progressing the site and growing. And giving the fans what they want. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good, man.
Nice.
OneNationFanwear.com. Again, the flyest fan gear in the nation.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Well, Johnny, man,
That's all I really wanted to do.
yeah,
All I ever wanted to do with it was just make this stuff. When I was a professional designer and working for the NFL, obviously they have team standards and they have like league standards, but as a Raider fan, they never really wanted to make the stuff that the fans really wanted, the culture. We have a different culture than most fan bases do, so I just wanted to design things that like the fans actually want from a like perspective of like pop culture and things that are going on.
Yeah.
Even the old Bo Jackson, the Tecmo Bowl stuff I do.
that's sweet. Yeah,
It's all just stuff. That's all stuff that just they would gladly do, but there's just so many when it comes to professional design. There's so many laws and partnerships and everything that's involved that. It's not that they don't want to do it; they just don't get to that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
as a professional designer, I just saw the niche. It's like, hey, if the fans want this stuff, I'm a fan. I'm all about the culture of Raider Nation. I'm going to make it. So,
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you like this, Johnny. I've had people from other fan bases comment on your artwork, and they say that stuff is fresh. And I was like, yeah. Don't you wish you were a Raider?
Yeah.
I appreciate that because I get that too from a lot of people. There's oh, can you make like even Toronto? I get people like Toronto Blue Jay fans hit me up, and even the search on my site, I get Niners fans. Like the number one search is 49er fans trying to find a gear on a Raider fan site, which blows my mind. Just like, dude, I'm not going to make your Niner trash. Get out of here. I've already designed for the Niner team. I've designed for players on the Niners professionally. So it's just like, I even tell them no. It's just like, it's not like an artist cocky thing. It's just like, dude, that's not what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about the Raider fans. That's what I designed for.
Hell yeah.
Well, it comes through in your artwork. It's thought provoking and well thought out, and it definitely you could see a lot of your other passions coming through in that art, and we really appreciate it because it's what I wear every day. I got to say too, the shirts they wash up really nice. They don't they don't shrink up the size of a postage stamp. They're not square. Some shirts are like square.
Yeah, no.
Yours are not square.
Yeah. I'm trying to. That's the other thing I'm really trying to fix is because like you and everyone else just as a person who likes clothing and fashion themselves, like everyone likes different size hats, different cuts, shirts. So I'm always trying to improve that and make it better. So even if I appreciate fan feedback on that because it just helps make better products for the fans.
And I like the material. It's like I want to say thin, but that sounds cheap. It's just not. It's not that heavy, non-breathable,
It's
scratchy shirts that you get like those Gildan heavyweights. Now this stuff is like butter soft, really nice, breathable.
Even the lids too, man. Honestly, like I have the only lids I really wear is New Era, and honestly, they've been flexed out by a lot of the One Nation stuff, man. It's just because it just feels so damn comfortable.
There you go, man.
Honestly,
there you go.
Yeah.
It's just a different cut too, though. The hats, the auto hats I use are just a shorter cut. The New Era, like I said, that goes back to just the production of 20 years in the business and working for all these companies and seeing how things are. At the end of the day, I just want to make the widest variety for Raider fans that I can make to get the most gear in their hands that they like. That's really what it's all about with me.
And you're not just arbitrarily like picking print houses. Like I've had long conversations with Johnny on the phone. He's like, Kenny, I got like 3 different hats here. I don't know which one to go with. Like this one's that. So Johnny's very selective when he's picking out the actual garments that stuff's going to get printed on. So again, One Nation Fanwear, Johnny's very active in the selection of all the garment that you're going to get. I need to get some of those sweatpants, man. That's what I need to get.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I need to get more. I'm getting more designs out to you guys. There's new stuff coming out. There was a problem with shipping, and during COVID and the pandemic, there was the cost of like sweatshirts and sweatpants to ship just went through the roof for some reason. So I'm trying to figure out like the whole process of getting it as cheap as I can because I'm not here to make money off shipping to people. That's why I left the other companies that I was working for. They want to market and make. I'm true to Raider Nation. I'm one of Raider Nation. I just want to use the talent to make, dope art for the nation. So I'm not. So I'm trying to slowly over time just work that stuff out. But I appreciate all the fans and everyone who supports it because it definitely helps me evolve the product and like get better stuff to you guys that I can. So that's definitely, I appreciate the nation for that.
Well, the nation,
They've been supportive.
The nation appreciates you too, bro. We're due a phone call, so I'm way behind on my call list right now. I need to reach out to you. I need to call Gent, and I got some folks, man.
Let the fans chime in and speak their terms in the team. There's an exciting draft coming up, so we'll see.
Hell yeah,
brother.
All right, brother. Take care out there. Stay warm, and we'll talk soon.
We'll see you guys in the Death Star.
All right, man.
Hell yeah,
brother.
All right.
Later.
Peace out, brother.
That's the homie right there.
Hell yeah, that's the homie.
Yeah. Where do you find his shirts? Keenan wants to know. Keenan, you can find him at onenationfanwear.com.
Son.
Put it right there in the chat for you.
There you go.
Copy and paste that, and
T-shirts, hats,
jerseys,
gators,
sweaters,
hey,
everything, man.
got them. You name it, you got it.
go max out the credit card, Keenan. You know what to do.
You don't need that paycheck.
Hey, and let me just say this, Keenan. If money's a little tight right now, you probably don't want to visit that site because you could probably just spend that money
You're gonna spend
that you got left.
You can spend all that rent money there.
Make sure you pay your bills before you go visit OneNationFanWay.com.
Nah. You get 3 months on every bill. You go spend that money at
Hey, there you go. You can't. I don't want to see none of our fans homeless, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
or without water or electricity.
Hey, at least
unless
fly.
you're comfortable that
Exactly.
way.
They'll
Unless you're comfortable that way.
they'll be good looking as hell.
I mean, maybe if you can't keep heat in your home, you'll be able to wrap yourself in all that gear.
That's right, dude.
It's sleep
What
comfortably.
Nation sweats, though. Stay warm with
Stay warm with One Nation sweats. If you find yourself outdoors, at least you're looking fly.
Facts.
And,
Facts.
the Detroit hasn't had water in 5 years. Like,
Hey,
you'll be all right.
You'll be all right.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Detroit hasn't had a good fucking head coach, dog.
Damn,
You'll be
man.
all right.
Shit. Oh man.
Anyways, guys, I think that's about it, man. We got to get in here.
Hey.
Just to let you guys know, we're off the air next week. Going to be on vacation. We will be back to give you your draft preview, and then back again to give you your draft recap, and then we'll have the Nesty Awards right around there.
Hey.
And things will be changing up a little bit. But thanks for joining us on a Monday night.
Hell yeah.
Hope you guys had a nice Easter.
Easters.
Yes. But that's it for this week's show. Make sure you tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Until next week, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug and pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a production of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always by
Your boy Che.
And Bobby Wasabi.
We Out Here.
Peace.
Raiders.
Just win, baby.
Like a freight train coming, you're blowing the town. Like a diesel motor, you never shut down. With your pistons pumping, you're mowing them down. It's a sight to see, they all lay their money down. When you're gone, mama, hell, you ain't acting right. When you're gone, mama, I can still see your eyes. When you're gone, mama, this'll be my last goodbye. When you're gone, gone, gone. When the sky is gray and the night sets